We are preparing our students for the unknown. We need to equip them with skills that they can adapt in the circumstances that they still have no idea what they will be.
Hello, I'm Ziv and welcome to another video on my channel bringing you China of the 21st century. Today I'm here with Jacob Pavlik.
Hi Ziv.
Hi
Jacob Pavlik.
Hi. He's the vice principal of an international department inside a Chinese school. Let's take a walk, Jacob.
Yeah, sure.
All right. So, you have started your career as a teacher years ago. When was that, and what inspired you to become a teacher?
Yes, I've always wanted to work in the education field, but actually maybe not necessarily as a teacher.
Okay.
But I did want to inspire students, share my knowledge with them, and become a role model to at least some of them, just like my teachers when I was young were my role models. So.
You're from Poland?
Yes.
And you've been in China for 8 years, you said?
8 years.
But you've been to other places before?
Oh yes. After graduating, I was working, and it was always on education projects. 1 year in Portugal, then 2 years in US. Then I moved to Sweden for almost 2 years. And then Brazil, 1.5 years. And yes, now it's my 8th year in China.
8th year in China, in education.
Exactly.
And you are the vice principal, which is the number 2 of that department, right?
Yes.
The school has more than 900 students?
Yes. Our department has more than 900 students, and the whole school over 10,000.
10,000 students in one school. This is China.
Yes.
And how did you get to this position quite quickly? You're quite young, so how do you get to be a number 2 in a 900 students department?
Well, actually, as I mentioned, for those past 12 years, well, except for China, it was actually more. It was over 5. I was working always with the education projects, and the whole 13 years of my career, I was really. Well, 99% of my time I was focusing on my career and on my work, and I've sacrificed a lot of things to be where I am right now.
So you don't do the classroom teaching
anymore? No, I don't. I've done some. I believe that everybody needs to understand what it takes and what it means to be a teacher, but my long-term plan was to be on the administrative side.
So this is actually this was planned.
This was planned.
Okay, that's interesting. Do you miss teaching in the class?
I do sometimes. I do interact with the students. I want to build a rapport with them. I want to understand what happens in the classroom. So I do offer lectures and also pop in often to the classrooms, but also teach them about, especially the high school now, when they are about to go to universities abroad. I give them a lot of classes about cultural differences and intercultural education as they are about to become those true global citizens.
Right. So your school is quite unique, right? Or your department is quite unique. The whole school is a Chinese school. You say 10,000 children, but your department is bilingual.
Yes.
And students graduating from high school in your department get an American diploma?
Oh, we have several programs. So in high school, in primary, actually, we are authorized IB school. Also Cambridge International School. And in high school, the students have several pathways. There is an American diploma program. There is A-levels class, and also a GEC class, which is as well destined for applying for the US university.
So you have to comply with a Chinese system, and also you have to give them somewhat of an
international mindedness.
How do you balance it?
From especially grades 1 to 9, we are complying with all the education, Chinese Education Bureau requirements, and Well, IB, for instance, like it is in primary and middle school, it's a framework. It's it's more the way of how we do it. So it's inquiry based, it's concept based. We ask a lot of open questions. We want the students to be thinkers and and to try new things. And yes, sometimes it works, sometimes doesn't. But that's the enjoyable part.
Yeah. So after doing education for many years in China and probably many more years to come, what do you think is the biggest challenge right now?
China progresses rapidly, and this poses a great challenge to us as educators. Because according to many studies, Oxford and among many others, within the next 25 years, 40 to 50% of current jobs will be replaced by the jobs we don't know about what it will be, by the non-existent ones, right? Okay. So we are preparing our students for the unknown. We need to equip them with skills that they can adapt in the circumstances that they still have no idea what they will be, right? So it's this is the biggest challenge, is for them to be prepared for learning.
For the unknown.
Yes,
right.
Exactly.
So you think that the recent new regulations in China's education has something to do with that? I mean, it kind of connects to me, because they maybe are trying, the government knows, maybe they're trying to get away a bit from just reciting and copying in school, and trying to make them more adaptable people. Do you think it's related?
Everything is related, honestly, but the current direction of the policies are very supportive for the new model of educating the students, like reducing the amount of homework, the numbers of exams, and so on. These are the policies that really make the education more efficient, because we need to focus more on the process of learning, not on the final result only.
Right, and you deal with policy a lot, right?
Yes, because we are, all of our students, or 99% of our students are Chinese, parents are, and we offer all the Chinese required courses. Yes.
So right now it's a new thing. There is no more homework on the first and second grade.
Yes, it's very limited to some audio helps, and there are very strict regulations on how to reduce the homework pressure and on the students, so they can actually develop different habits, attitudes, and also interests.
Right. It's funny when there is a new policy in China, new regulation, it comes out quick, right? It happens right away. It feels to me at least.
It does, but it's a good thing.
Yeah,
that's what we like about China. When there is a problem, we can address it right away.
So, okay, now you hire teachers, right?
Yes.
You have a lot of foreign teachers in your school because, well, you do bilingual, you provide also international education as well as your, of course, Chinese education. So, hiring a foreign teacher, or hiring any teacher really, what do you look for in a good teacher?
I focus on two most important things, which is the first one, teaching ability.
Right.
It doesn't have to be perfect, as long as the candidate has a I want to learn, I want to develop attitude, and has this foundation of the education background. We are willing to work together.
Okay.
Second one is a must, especially in a model of school such as ours. It's a culture fit.
Culture fit.
Yes.
Okay. What is that exactly?
Well, we are working with among 12 nationalities, and we collaborate closely with the Chinese colleagues.
So 12 nationalities
among the foreign teachers. Yes, we have almost 30 foreign teachers,
and the Chinese teachers.
Yes, and then the Chinese teachers. But it's not just two cultures, right? It's a mix of 13 different cultures, and that requires everybody to be very positively open-minded, be good communicators, and at times be very patient.
So how do you know if someone has that skill, ability,
You can never be 100% sure, but my interview process, it takes a week or two. It involves multiple chats and formal and informal discussions, video and written communication. I try to minimize the risk of finding the person who won't enjoy working with us and the environment.
After the teachers start working with you, how long does it take you to know if you were right or wrong?
Sometimes it reveals on the first day, right? And sometimes it takes. There is no rule there.
So
you just have to pay close attention to.
Since you have 12 nationalities of teachers, I'm guessing that there are good and bad teachers from any nationality, right? Is there any particular country that produces really good teachers, or it's hard to say?
No, it's hard to say. It's really about the person, not about the nationality
right.
for us. So it's about the person, it's about the culture fit. It's really it has from experiences. Of course, we had some good and bad ones with different nationalities, but it can't really use any stereotype.
Do you think it's a good career path to be a teacher in China nowadays?
Educator in general, because in China and especially Guangdong province, the Greater Bay Area project, it focuses a lot on talents, on education, which creates great opportunities in front of us as long as we are committed to our crafts and to our development.
And it's hard to get teachers to come from other countries nowadays, right? Because of the pandemic.
At the moment, we usually hire for teachers who are in China.
So the pool is smaller. It's harder.
It is, and I think this year will be even more challenging because a lot of teachers who stayed for a year or two, they will eventually want to go back home to their families, and it all depends on the situation with the pandemic if they cannot come back.
Do you think there is a difference between, and I'm generalizing, of course, Chinese parents and Western parents?
Well, you just answered. You can't generalize in this case. I think as every culture is different, also every family is different, and that makes it more just like with the students. We have to treat every student as an individual, right? Not as a group.
I guess the assumption that I have that the Chinese parents are very pushy or close-minded. Actually, in a school like yours, would be less of that anyway, right? Because the parents intend to send their kids to have a bilingual, bicultural education, right?
Exactly. We speak always to the parents that it's all about the process. It's all about developing the students as a whole, this holistic education. Right. So it's about open-mindedness. Right. It's about them becoming global citizens. So as long as the parents understand what we are doing, they support us.
But when they send their kids there, they can understand, I guess,
and I can see more and more parents that are being very much open-minded and supportive to our policies.
How long are you going to stay in China?
For foreseeable future. Just had a baby.
Right. Okay. Thank
you very much.
It was nice talking to you.
Nice talking to you as well. Very cold this time.
All right.
Winter in Dongguan.
Yes. And if you enjoyed this video and the content, please consider subscribing to the channel, give it a like, share it with your friends, and until I see you next time, have a great day.
Thank you.